Happy New Year, Happy New Year, Happy New Year, Happy New Year. All right, friends, I just got done teaching day one of the Feel Good Movement membership. I taught my Riverstone movement modality. It's only 15 minutes. I highly recommend joining us. And what I talked about today is first things first, you start with the heart. First things first, you start with the heart. What does that mean? Well, in the practice that I teach, which I learned, I originally was trained, it was called Sri Diva, it's called Bowspring now, and I've developed Riverstone movement as a shorter practice. What it is that when you start with the heart, when you open the heart space, and I'll show you how in a second, when you do that first, all of the rest of the body parts will start to unwind. So it's like an algorithm. If you learn how to first, before you open other parts of your body, do exercise, all that, open this part, the rib cage area, then the rest of it's easier. So first, you start with the heart. How do you do that? Well, there's 3 steps. Number 1, you open the sides. Number 2, you open the back. And number 3, you open the front. It's an algorithm. And this is how I've been taught. This is how I've trained. This is how I've taught others and trained others. It works, I promise. So I'll show you. Most people, they are really tight in the sides. So I just spoke to a woman who has some neck issues, and I said, hey, open the side waist, open all of this, and this will start to open. So I'll show you how to do it. You got to get the arms out of the way, first of all. You got to get the arms out. So I recommend putting your arms forward, on your head, up, not back, forward. I always tell people, grab your elbows, gentle, start right. And then you're going to have to sit your hips back, back, to open those sides. Because watch what happens when the hips are forward. Look how much the side goes. Short. Look. So much longer, okay? So we do this, and then we do pulses, and we move it so that it opens more and more and more in the fascia. If you've never opened the space under your armpits, you're missing out. You need it. It feels so good. It'll change your life. You'll wonder why you weren't doing it years ago. So that's the first thing. You got to open the sides. You know, you can do it this way, this way, this way, this way, lots of ways. If you want to join the Feel Good Movement membership, we work on opening the sides consistently. Second is the back. So you have to lean forward often to work the back body, right? So you want to keep your arms forward instead of back. One of the biggest mistakes people make when working out their back is squeezing their shoulder blades together, and that actually crunches the muscles. Instead, you want to go wide in your back, wide, to really be able to work those muscles. A big reason why people are struggling in that area, the neck, the back, the middle, or even the lower, is because people are like, strengthen your back by squeezing it tight. That's not the way to do it. I'm not saying never, but generally speaking, you're probably too tight and you need open. You'll also need to breathe on the inside and the back side of the ribs. The low back ribs in particular tend to get tight and they don't get enough breath. If you're a woman, you probably don't breathe deep enough. You probably don't breathe into the base of your low back ribs. But if you do, I promise you, it'll start to unwind the fascia, the connective tissue, and open up that space, and it'll help you with any sort of low back, middle back, upper back pain, all sorts of things, okay? So the sides open, the back, and then the front. Now, you'll see a lot of people think that maybe my form of curvy isn't good, like it's hyperlordosis, it's too much curve. But if you're engaged properly, it's fine. There's no tension on the back. So I'm going to show you something, but what I will tell you is that don't try this on your own unless you know how to engage the base of your glutes, the bottom part right here where your leg and butt meet, your bleg, I used to call it. If you don't know how to engage this, which I can show you in the membership, but if you don't know how to engage this, don't try this at home because you could hurt your back. If you know how to engage those base glutes, that booty, go for it, okay? So what you want to do is you want to get booty back and head up, hard up. The abs, for example, start at the pubic bone, the pelvis here, down way low, and they come all the way up. And so most people trying to work your abs, stop doing crunches, please. Please stop. Most people trying to work their abs are tightening. But what happens when you get old? You tend to get old and tight. What happens to most people? They're not usually open like this, right? They're usually like this. And so my perspective is, why don't you oppose the tendency of aging? Instead, go toward the tendency of winning, feeling good, youthfulness. So don't do this, like I said, if you don't know how to engage your booty. But if you learn how to engage your booty, you're rooted, then you can lift this whole area way up and out, okay? Pulsing a little bit at a time. So to wrap up this year, commit to yourself. Commit to your body, commit to your physical form. It's like the one gift you've been given. Before you got any other, gifts of realization. You came here, you have a body. That's pretty cool. And so let's move it. Let's take care of it. Let's learn it. Let's figure out how it's all working and put together. My advice is start with opening the lateral body. We tend to lose lateral movement as we age. So we need it, okay? In Riverstone movement and the Feel Good Movement membership, we do a lot of lateral movement so that you stay 360 aware and you don't fall down and you don't hurt yourself when you're picking up your keys. So open your sides, work on your back widening to strengthen, and work on opening your front all the way from these hips to the top of your head. And if you're doing so, make sure you know how to engage your booty. So why am I so excited about telling you this? Well, I just feel like this is the year that I'm going to be able to help more women feel good. I'm so committed, and I'm also a little bit bothered by so many people being committed to not feeling good. And so I'm just going to step up my game even more. I want you to step up your game. And if you want to join us, if you want community and consistency, that's why I created the membership. It's only 15 minutes, 3 days a week, 3 weeks per month. You get 9 practices a month. Typically, this month in January, you get 11, well, 10 now because today's over. If you join today or tomorrow before class. And then you get a monthly workshop as well to explain everything and how it's all put together. I have some people who have been with me for like 7 years, and some who have been with me for like 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. This is something you can learn, you can go off and do on your own, but you can stay with us too. It's a super affordable membership. I literally took my prices and took them 1/10 of what they used to be so I can help more people. All right, enough salesy. I just care and I'm excited. I want you to be part of this. So if you want to feel good, if you want to learn how to have a bouncy, fun, curvy shape, have more energy and feel alive. And then if you have any also pain and healing to do, let me know, drop me a message. I can help you. I've worked with a lot of people who have tried other things and it hasn't worked. And like within 1 to 10 sessions, depending on how intensive the problem is, usually by like session 3, people are starting to feel better, if not all the way better. So if it's your thumb, if it's your wrist, if it's your ankle, if it's your knee, if it's your hip, your elbow, shoulders, all the joints, your jaw, any of it, your back, that's a big one. That's the number one that I help people with. Your tailbone, any of that stuff. I've helped people all around the world be able to fix. And so I'm really committed and I want to see you more often. And Happy New Year. Have a beautiful year. Make it amazing. It's yours. Take care. I'll see you soon.